All right, let's start right in, people. Okay, I want to explain right off the bat that this was the in-class problem that we worked through. Actually, not we, just a few people and myself. And then in the hallway, some of you were on task as to trying to solve this thing. And what actually turned out is that we ended up, when we subbed into that equation right here and solved for x, the x's went away and we ended up with a true equation, meaning x could be any real number. So we picked some numbers down here and anything worked. So in this case, there's an infinite number of solutions. So this is an infinite number of solutions. Okay? All right, so let's move on and let's try one where there's just going to be one solution. Okay? All right, so let's get rid of this thing and I'm going to bring this away. All right, here's the new problem. Now, if you feel confident, go ahead and pause the video and try it yourself, maybe the first step. You know, don't do all the steps, just do that first step right away and then see if you did the first step right and then play the video and keep it going. But I would advise not to do the entire thing by yourself and then watch the video just in case you mess up right at the beginning. So first step with me, looking through these variables, the coefficients on the variables, which one is going to be the best one to solve for? So I right away, my eyes shoot right to here because you know my best possibility is a positive 1, but the second best possibility is a negative 1. And the other ones, I have a 2, a 3, and a 4. So I am going to go with this, and I am going to circle this equation and say I'm going to change the way it looks, and I'm going to solve for the y here. So remembering that in order to make it a positive y, I can do that in one simple step by using the addition property of equality. So that's what I'm doing here, and I will end up with 2x equals, and then I could either write 9 plus y or y plus 9. Either one. And then y is almost solved for. I need to get this plus 9 to go away. So I'm going to minus 9. And then I'll have y equals, and then I cannot put these together. They're not like terms, so it's just going to be 2x minus 9. So I have now solved for y. So I'm just going to rewrite this out here. And I have y to equal, I've taken that equation, I've rearranged it, so that y equals 2x minus 9. All right, so now that I have that, and now if you feel comfortable, I am going to go ahead and circle this, and I'm going to sub it in to this other equation that I did not use yet. And I'm going to sub it in for that y variable. So again, if you feel fully confident, try and pause the video and see if you get this next step right. Again, don't try and do all of it. But I'm going to replace that y with this quantity. So I'm going to have 3x plus 4, and I'm going to take out the y, and I'm going to sub in this quantity. This is where parentheses are important. And then that's all supposed to equal negative 14. So what's so nice about this whole equation is that I have one variable, x, that I will be able to figure out. So I can solve for x here. And it's going to take quite a few steps. So now my first step would be to use what property? The distributive property. So I'm going to distribute that 4 through, and I'll have 3x plus, not 2x anymore, but 8x. And then I have a 4 times a negative 9, which is going to be negative 36. And again, I thought of that instead of a subtraction by 9, I thought of it as a negative. But you could bring down the subtraction and think of it as a positive 9, and you'll end up with my same answer. So I made use of the d prop there. And now I'm going to make use of the simplifying combining like terms property. And I'm going to combine these, so I'm still simplifying that left-hand side. And I will be left with how many x's? 11 x's. Minus 36 equals negative 14. And now I'll start using some of the properties of equality. So I'm going to get rid of the minus 36 by adding 36. So the addition property of equality, I will end up with 11x equals, and then negative 14 plus 36. So on the number line, I'm going negative 14, and then I'm turning around and I'm adding 36. So I'm really just subtracting it and noticing that I'm going to land in the positives, and that positive number is 22. And then from there, property to use to get rid of the multiplication by 11, I'm going to use the division property of equality to end up with x equal to 2. So now, are we done? No, remember in class what you do at this point. You go, ha 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 ha, no, we are not done. So now, if I know what x is, I can just sub in somewhere my x value to determine what y is. And it's right here. I already have this very fabulous, nice equation solved for y. So I'm going to know that y is supposed to be equal to the quantity of 2x minus 9. So if I know x is 2, I can just sub it in right here. 2 times 2 minus 9 will tell me what y is. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 9. So my y value would end up being negative 5. So y is negative 5. And now is it done? Oh, no. So what do we have to do then if we already know what x and y is? Well, we have to sub it back in, people, your favorite thing ever. So we have to look at the original equations and sub those values in to see that they actually work and to have that joyous moment. So I am going to rewrite them. So I had 2x minus y equals 9 was my first equation. And my second equation was 3x plus 4y equals negative 14. And remembering that we said our answers, we said x was, and I already forgot, x was 2, and y was negative 5. So I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to plug it in, and I'm going to have that joyous moment, hopefully. So I have 2 times x, which is 2, minus the y value, which was negative 5, and I'm seeing if that's going to equal 9. So here I get 4 minus a negative 5. Is that 9? Yes, it is! That's where you have a moment, or maybe it lasts 5 minutes of joy. So it worked. It worked! Okay, let's go to the second equation. So the second equation, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to plug in here. So I have 3 times 2 plus 4 times negative 5. And I'm checking if that's going to be negative 14. So here I get 6. Then do I add 4 next? No. I need to multiply next. Order of ops. And then I do addition at the end. And is 6 plus negative 20 negative 14? Yes, it is, people. Yes. So this is where you're excited, and this is where you say, am I done with the problem? Should you laugh? Yeah, you're done. So you got the answer, and you're happy about it with all your teeth and maybe braces. Okay? See you in class.